Hello everyone, Nigad here, and welcome to another match of LittleWarGame. Today, I'm bringing you Ravaged, played between BeatFlitz. We'll just call him Beat throughout the video. I have permission from him to call him Beat. Getting a house. And in the top left corner, playing with the red pieces, we have DESTROYcall or DC. Now these are two relatively known players. We did a video on BeatFlitz earlier, probably a week ago, much longer when this video will be posted. About 2 weeks ago, I posted a video where I believe it was myself playing BeatFlitz or potentially someone else. I think it was actually Stevenator who played BeatFlitz in that video. And I think we saw that BeatFlitz won that game. And so definitely someone who is newer to LittleWarGame, but obviously someone who is going to be a good match for some of the more experienced players to go up against. Even going for a scout, which is nice to see. An appropriate scout at that one. Not too big of a deal there. Okay, DC going for racks opening. We have been seeing a little bit more racks out of DC. Definitely a player who's been well known for his innovations in terms of beast openings and things that exist in terms of beast play, but been opening racks a lot more recently. BeatFlitz, the barracks, is just a little bit slower than DESTROYcall's barracks. That means that this raider is going to be... Actually, he canceled the raider and decided to go for archers instead. I really hope he's not rallying the archers to the other side of the map. No, he decides to move it back. So he cancels the archer. Oh boy, we really have an interesting match for today. So it looks like he's going to go barracks into castle, basically having this as a defensive building. And then he's going to get an archer, and he's probably going to put it right in this gap just to remove the... Okay, now here's the question, right? How does this match up against the raider coming out? It's probably going to just kill this worker if BeatFlitz doesn't have anything to defend with, right? Okay, so just a little bit of information for how I even ended up with this replay. BeatFlitz posted it on the Discord, so what we're watching is something that... Beat is okay with us watching. This seems like a build order loss, but perhaps he'll be able to survive this. I guess one archer and 3 workers should be enough. Ooh, gets the worker surround. That's really good to see. Yeah, this is exactly what you need to do. Setting up your workers in this defensive formation. That way your archer cannot get flanked. Another archer is about to pop. This worker does go down. Second archer out. We do need to see another... Oh no, don't die, archer. Oh, very sad days, very sad days. Does look like 2 workers go down. No, just 1 worker goes down and an archer versus no losses for the raider player, DC. However, he does get more damage in, and he will be able to kite in and out, getting some more damage on this worker. He's definitely going to be trying to trade damage for kills, and if he decides to go in for this, he surely is going to lose that raider. DC doing a good job of trading health for potential kills here, so he's just pressuring, looking forward, trying to see what's going on. Let's go. Oh, he moves forward, he blinks, and then he loses it. So tried so hard to get that extra kill somewhere, or I guess just extra damage. And with that, I think we're evened up. Yeah, so 130 gold loss for BeatFlitz and 110 gold loss for DESTROYcall. But DESTROYcall has mined about 100 gold more. Both deciding to go for a racks play, racks opening. So obviously we had the archers, but now we have the second racks follow-up. So a lot of people have options what they want to do with their opening right after their second castle finishes. So a lot of players can choose to go for a second rack. Some of them decide to get a workshop, especially if they're expecting something like a raider or an archer war to come into play. So it looks like DESTROYcall just consistently getting archers. Both BeatFlitz and and DC are getting archers. Actually, BeatFlitz has stopped getting workers. I'm curious to see if that's something... No, that was a mistake. We know it's a mistake because he's getting workers now. Ooh, we're going to want to see BeatFlitz's vision on this. Archers meeting in the middle of the map. BeatFlitz doing a really good job of targeting that worker down. Both of them lose an archer at the same time. We got to remember that this raider is still alive. Focus fire on that raider will kill it, and DC did not get very much in trade for it. Basically lost that raider for free. So we might even see, let's take a look at the income. Yes, we'll see now that DC has lost more gold than his opponent. So they are relatively even at this point. We definitely should be looking at workers as well. So 6 archers for both DC and BeatFlitz, 19 workers for BeatFlitz, 21 for DESTROYcall. So DESTROYcall with the worker advantage. BeatFlitz looks like he wants to get that expansion going. DESTROYcall is going to have some units as well. Looks like he's trying to rally some workers over to the other side of the map. BeatFlitz going for a little bit of a flank. This is very cute that you would go for a flank, but with Archer Wars, what you typically want to do, and a lot of damage that DC is getting in, but what you typically want to do is you just want to target one archer. The idea is that if you're able to kill a single archer, the archer's DPS is going to be gone, which means that your opponent will be doing less damage to you. So DC, a lot of this damage is getting distributed evenly around the archers, which allows some of these archers to stay alive even longer. Reinforcements are coming. BeatFlitz targeting down this archer here. Again, even, very even. DC at a slight disadvantage in terms of the archer war because you have to move so far towards the other side of the map. So the reinforcements are further away while BeatFlitz's reinforcements are a little bit closer to home. Both players getting their third base, DC as well as BeatFlitz, and it looks like we have a relatively even spot or situation. DC with the third base, just being a little bit faster, was on top of the micro and macro at the same time, and going up to 4 racks, whereas DC is going up to 3, and hopefully we see additional production from him, from BeatFlitz rather, in a very, very short amount of time. BeatFlitz going for a little bit of a scout, does scout out the fact that there is a third base, probably does need to send this archer back home just to make sure it doesn't get annihilated by this group of archers right over here. BeatFlitz trying to take control over the center of the map here. So 9 archers versus 8. 10 now for BeatFlitz, but DESTROYcall has 6 workers over BeatFlitz here, and that's going to play a major role. BeatFlitz targeting down this archer here. DC was a little bit spread out. DC decides to target that one. Okay, good archer war so far. Now there's going to be specific cases where you might want to split your damage between the archers, but BeatFlitz just going for individual archers should be able to. Negative micro. Negative micro causes the this archer to live just a little bit longer than what it wanted to. BeatFlitz moving forward does target down that low archer. Actually, now winning the archer war here has the greater numbers of available archers, both of them having 7 archers in total. DC just lost one. DC's not targeting it. Okay, does target it now. A little bit of lost damage. Go ahead and target that. So only 2 archers need to hit that, but you have to be very good at these archer wars in order to realize that that's what's going on. Negative micro BeatFlitz. We did see that those archers were jiggling a little bit, not doing what they were intended on doing. BeatFlitz on 4 racks, which is good to see. I believe that's even amount of buildings between both of these players. DC with the racks advantage, actually. He's going up to a 5th rack, so definitely wants to win this archer war. A lot of whoever wins the archer war gets to put a lot of pressure on their opponent before they make any transitions. So typically what we'll see at this point is maybe a fortress goes down or maybe some workshops, that kind of stuff. And if you're able to get a successful archer war against your opponent, that means that your archers can come in and deal a lot of damage, potentially killing workers and really trying to end the game pretty early on. Okay, let's go ahead and look back at production. BeatFlitz is building 2 birds. He's building 2 birds, and they're on purpose. We can tell they're on purpose because BeatFlitz has them rally to the other side. Ooh, tried to go for another very interesting flank, but ended up separating his archers a little bit too far from each other. And as a result, BeatFlitz is going to lose a lot of archers compared to DESTROYcall. He does have the majority of his forces here, while his DESTROYcall's archers are in the middle of the map. So this is a fight that Beat is going to be able to recover from. But he should have had all those archers available to him at the beginning. More archers are coming out of production. Looks like the workers are even closer to even, and the casualties are also closer to even. BeatFlitz having 12 archers to DESTROYcall's 15. We do see that the birds did come out. They're basically here to scout out if DESTROYcall ever decides to go for a 4th base, which is very nice. They do take up a bit of supply though, and a lot of gold. So maybe even sending a worker out here to do the same would have been better. There's an argument to be made, because technically you could just send this bird into this area and see what BeatFlitz is going for. And he's going for mages, so trying to counter the archer war with mages of his own. DC was making a push to the other side of the map, but decides to move back. BeatFlitz will have been able to see that there were a lot of archers in the center of the map here. If it was me, I would try to get a workshop here, because mages are great. Mages are great. They do extremely well in these types of scenarios where you have a lot of army clumped up next to each other. Catapults can do the same thing. Relatively good units, especially for their cost. Yeah, they're just fantastic units. Again, BeatFlitz setting up another surround here, needing to respond to this. Fireball is not finished yet, so he needs to make sure not to lose any mages until that upgrade is finished. Again, he's building mages. He has a little bit of units in the queue. Archers moving forward. Mages, Fireball does finish, immediately launches them, and DC just like that loses about 5 archers, I want to say. But the snowball has already begun between these two players, the archer wars. Mages no longer having any fireballs. In fact, the closest one is going to be in about 5 seconds, it looks like. Man, mages need to recoup their energy just a little bit faster. Loses a lot of workers, and this is exactly what we were talking about. Whoever wins the archer war is going to be able to start killing workers. And if a player decides to tech, which, you know, in this case BeatFlitz did decide to tech here, then they're going to be at a disadvantage because they won't have the archers to stop the snowball. Potentially soldiers could be good into this, but with perfect kiting, those soldiers would be dead. Archers doing a good job of fighting each other for DC. Fireball killing about 3 archers right there, which is nice. This one archer with 4 kills on it, by the way. A lot of kills. I think 5 now, but 4 kills as stated there. DC going for a 4th base at this point. Again, DC with the archer advantage. Both players just producing combat units at this moment. And DC is going to be able to regroup and reorganize. Very curious to see if BeatFlitz decides to get more mages at any point. And it does look like he is going to be queuing up some mages. He wants to be able to use these guys for their fireballs, and he does, killing another archer. But again, that snowball that DC was able to go for allows him to get a 4th base now. Obviously, Beat is aware of it. But yeah, Beat lost a lot of workers in order to defend that. So, oh, this is a good thing though. Despite losing so many workers, he's been diligent to make sure that he gets his worker supply back up. So currently at 30 workers, which is 10 workers per base that he has, and he has decided to expand to a 4th base here, sending out a worker once he'll be able to afford it. DC spreading his archers around the map. Actually, if we look at what he just did, he was basically checking for a 4th base in this location, and he's also sending archers in this general area to check for another 4th base over here. Typically what we see is a 4th base in this location because it's more easily defendable. Mages getting good fireballs in. Actually, not anymore. You definitely want to get the best fireballs you can possibly get. Now archers targeting mages DC, moving the archers forward. Mages do not trade very well against these archers, especially when they have +1 range. We did see that DC went for the armory earlier in the match, which is over in this location. Also, DC stopping that 4th base from coming up for BeatFlitz. So good game, DC. BeatFlitz also playing really well, being able to defend, but again, that early archer push from DC turning into that snowball when all the archers weren't present at the moment means that DC will take the game. Good game, BeatFlitz, really well played. Hopefully we'll see more videos out of you in terms of your games, and again, really well played. If you guys enjoyed this video, go ahead and leave a like down below. It helps the channel so much if you do that. If you're not subscribed, go ahead and subscribe as well, and then comment what your favorite part was about this video. Alright guys, I'll see you in the next one.